It is true. We were just talking about this. No doubt education is one of the greatest resources that we can give to our children for the success of their future and the success of the nation, quite frankly. And so we can no longer pretend that this is just something that doesn't affect us, because it does. And so we have to take action now. As part of our Parent Teacher Corner, we're going to discuss the quality and effectiveness of the classroom teacher. As research indicates, it is the most important factor in just how well students will do in school. We want you to meet our duo of experts this morning. Stephanie Hirsch, Executive Director of Learning Forward, and Judith Bannon, Educational Consultant for the National Middle School Association. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Hi. All right, we've talked about this. You know, I have 3 little boys. 2 of them are in elementary school right now. And here's the thing I found. There are so many different teachers out there, so many different methods. I mean, you just really don't know what you're going to get all the time. But what I've always wondered is, okay, so what makes an effective teacher, and how do we ensure that our kids get it?
An effective teacher is somebody who ensures that every student in the classroom achieves the goals that we want for them during the course of that school year. And they use every strategy possible in order to make that happen.
I think, too, an effective teacher is one that is keeping the students engaged, and not only engaged for that particular moment or that particular class, but encourages them to want to learn more about that subject or about other subjects, so that they truly become lifelong learners. That's what we want for our youngsters, and so an effective teacher, that's what she does.
Well, you know, it's interesting, because would an effective teacher, because some teachers are drill sergeants, quite frankly, they rule with an iron fist. Other teachers, very loving and hugging. I remember those teachers, quite frankly, the ones who were very loving and who just were, I remember them to this day. So can an effective teacher be one or the other?
I think of course you could be the strict school mom sort of teacher and the warm, hugging, nurturing sort of teacher. It's the teacher, though, that loves those children and wants to be with them. And whether what your affect is isn't the most important thing. It's the way that you know from inside how you're feeling about those students and what you want for them. You know, Stephanie mentioned success. What you want for each and every child in your classroom is to succeed.
Well, part of that success is professional development. How do teachers get it?
Well, let's go back to part of that success, because we think it's key to the success that every teacher needs to continue to grow and learn in order to gain the strategies to help the students be successful. So there's a variety of ways that teachers can access professional development. They can take courses, they can go to conferences, but the most important, the most powerful professional development is that which occurs in the school when all teachers gather together to learn. And they begin that process by looking at what are the needs of the students in the school, then what are their learning needs to help the students be more successful, and they work day after day in learning new strategies that will help their students be more successful.
You know, before I started this journey with my children, I thought that, okay, you go to grad school, you go to school, you get your degree, and then boom, you know everything you need to know about teaching. But once I started on this journey, I realized that's not necessarily the case, right?
And certainly we feel the same way about teachers. Of course, they all go to school, graduate school, but even in business, people are learning every single day. As a matter of fact, business expects them to learn every single day. There's something new that's coming up, a new approach that they have to take. And the same is certainly true of teachers, because there's way more to teaching. Teaching is an art. It's not just a skill. And perhaps colleges can offer the skill and the skill background to teachers, but the art, that takes a lot of time in the classroom dealing with kids and understanding way more about education than what you learned in school.
Can I tell you what I hear in the carpool lane? I hear parents, I'm sorry, but you know, I hear parents complaining an awful lot about all the extra days off from school. Is this because of professional development, and how does this work?
Well, it probably is because of professional development, but that's because they're learning right at the time when they need it.
Okay.
They're looking at maybe recent assessments and they're saying, okay, the kids performed well here, they didn't perform well here, so what do we need to work on together in order to ensure that they're more successful in the next quarter? And many schools, you know, are successful at organizing the schedule so it doesn't inconvenience parents, but some schools can't make their schedule work that way, and so they have to do early release or late start. So we need to tell the school to make sure they tell the parents in the parking
the reasons why,
and what the teachers are learning that day, and then tell the students to come home the next day and tell the parents, here's what my teacher tried today and it really worked. It helped me learn better.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us and sharing all this great information.
Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure.
Oh, anytime. And for more information and resources on what makes effective teaching and professional development, visit Learning Forward at learningforward.org and the National Middle School Association at nmsa.org. And make sure you keep watching our Parent Teacher series for even more useful information.